We just had our last duo cash cup before FNCS semifinals, and teams like Mongraal MrSavage performed exceptionally well to boost their confidence for semifinals, while other teams like Clix and Veno kinda struggled yesterday. And also in the cash cup yesterday, we once again saw an insane performance out of Peterbot and Pollo, who are yet again looking like the favorites to win FNCS and go back to back, and are starting to get red hot at the perfect time in the season. And in this video, I'm going to go over the NA Duo Cash Cup from yesterday and talk about the teams who performed well, and also talk about what happened to Clix and Veno, and go over how I feel about these teams I talk about heading into semifinals this weekend. So let's get started, and first things first, I want to talk about how Peterbot and Pollo won 4 straight games yesterday and also got a second place to finish first place in the Cash Cup on an A by over 140 points, absolutely dominating once again. And this looks just like Peterbot and Pollo from last season, but instead this time they're not doing it with the Grim Gate coin. So all the haters that have been saying that Peterbot and Pollo can't do what they did last season without the Grim Gate coin, I wonder where they are at now, as Peterbot and Pollo put up a Grim Gate looking performance in yesterday's Cash Cup, and they looked very, very good. And the scary thing is they are hitting stride at the perfect time, as we're about to go into FNCS semifinals, and then Grand Finals is next weekend, and this is the best they've looked all season. And I think without a doubt, these are the clear favorites to win back-to-back and win another FNCS title together. Let me know down in the comments if you agree with me. Do you think Peterbot and Pollo are the favorites heading into semifinals and grand finals? And if you think Peterbot and Pollo are going to win back-to-back FNCS championships? But moving on, we also had Kanata and Cooper with a pretty good performance in second place. Kanata and Cooper have looked very, very good in every single set lobby finals they've made this season. This is another team that had a slow start to the season, as they missed the first 2 duo cash cups because Cooper was on vacation, and then they came back and missed the first FNCS weekly finals. But since then, they have looked very good and are also hitting form in the perfect time as well. Then next in third place, we have Victor V and Paper on 316 points. This is another team that's starting to look really, really good, and this is my underrated pick this season. And as of right now, I think this team could qualify to the LAN. Yesterday, Paper was looking absolutely disgusting. Look at this deagle shot he hit yesterday.
Yeah. Keep going up.
We up.
One's nitroing down.
He nitroed off. Dead! Oh my god!
Paper was just a man on a mission yesterday, and I'm glad we're starting to see the Paper and Victor V we were getting glimpses of earlier in the season. They started off looking pretty good, and then they kind of fell off. But recently, they've been turning it back up and have looked really, really good in scrims. And then yesterday, they translated that scrim success into Cash Cup success. So I'm excited to see how this team plays in semifinals and in grand finals. I think they're easily going to qualify to grands, and I think they definitely could be one of the teams that qualified to land this season on an A. Then next in fourth place, we have Tayson and Iamzo. Tayson and Iamzo are one of the teams that some people think could win grands, but as of right now, I kind of see them placing in the range of 4th place, maybe 4th, 5th, or maybe like a 3rd place maybe in grands, but I just don't really see them being a grand finals winning team. But we'll talk about more of my grand finals predictions next week in my grand finals predictions video. And then lastly, rounding out the top 5 in the NA Duo Cash Cup, we have Yapko and Kwani, another cross-region duo, EU and NA, and this is a duo that might potentially be uncontested in grand finals, as Blaha and Mixon did leave their drop spot and didn't land there yesterday in the Cash Cup, and also are not landing there in FNCS semifinals. And I think if Yapko and Kwani are uncontested in semis, I think they easily qual. And I also think if Yapko and Kwani are uncontested in grands, they could very well be one of the teams that do make the LAN. But now getting into the major stories of this Cash Cup, we had Mongraal MrSavage get 6th place yesterday in the Cash Cup finals. And this was actually Mongraal's highest Cash Cup placement since he got 5th on January 25th, 2021 in a trio Cash Cup with Mitro and Benji Fishy. So yes, this 6th place is Mongraal's greatest finish in a Cash Cup in over 3 years. So it's been a long time coming for this Mongraal comeback after quitting multiple times and then coming back and finally grinding once again for OG in Chapter 5. Mongraal MrSavage are without a doubt probably the most dedicated team this season. They've been playing scrims essentially every single day together, playing almost every single session they possibly can. So Mongraal MrSavage have definitely been putting in the work, and without a doubt have heavily improved since the beginning of the season, and they look like a completely new duo than the duo that played on EU in the first 2 seasons. Now, I'm still not too sure how to feel about Mongraal MrSavage for semifinals and grand finals. They're starting in the lower bracket for FNCS semifinals, so I don't really know how to feel about them. I do think they could make grands, but it's definitely going to be a long road ahead of them this weekend. And then in grand finals, they're most likely going to be contested by Death and Edgy, so their land hopes aren't going to be too high either, but we don't really know who's in grand finals yet. We're going to have to see if Mongraal and MrSavage qualify to grands and if they're going to be contested in grands. So make sure to stay tuned to my FNCS grand finals prediction video next week to see if they're in grands and to see also if they're unconned and if I think they'll make land. But as of right now, they are definitely improving, and you have to respect their dedication to the season. They clearly want to make the land. They've been doing everything it takes to make the land as well. They've been heavy grinding. Mongraal's also been playing really well, so I'm excited to see how they perform in FNCS semifinals and FNCS grand finals. And then the other big story, we have Clix and Veno, who got 12th place yesterday. A bit of an underperformance from them. They didn't really ever get to play in-game how they normally do by getting height. And when they did, they just fought Peterbot and Poyo, and Peterbot Poyo ended up eliminating them. And then after the tournament, Veno made a tweet saying, petition for Clix to cancel the fight, so maybe he wins FNCS. And he's referencing the Clix and Jinxie fight that's supposed to be taking place, that Clix has actually been training for twice a day as of recent. Now, I personally don't really think the whole Clix training for boxing is going to affect how they play in FNCS. He could maybe be a little bit more mentally fatigued than normal, but I don't really think this is going to affect how he plays Fortnite. Let me know down in the comments below if you think this fight with Jinxie is kind of making Clix perform worse, or if you don't really think it matters, kind of like me. I think this is just one of those unlucky underperformances, but I think Clix and Veno are easily going to win a game on day one of FNCS semifinals. And then they're going to be in grand finals, and I think they'll do well in grand finals as well. And they're easily going to qualify to land. But like I've said a million times in this video, make sure you guys are subscribed with notifications on to not miss out on a video. I'm going to try to make an FNCS semifinals news video if there's anything to cover, like maybe Mongraal and MrSavage not qualifying to grands, or maybe Mongraal and MrSavage qualifying to grands, or other big notable teams either qualifying or not qualifying. And then also next week, I'm going to post my FNCS grand finals prediction video for both EU and NA, and try to predict every single team I think is going to qualify to the FNCS Global Championship this season on both of those regions. And also make sure to drop a like on this video if you did enjoy it, as it would help it get pushed out to more people. I did stream the Duo Cash Cup Finals on NA yesterday, and I'm also going to be streaming the FNCS Semifinals for NA this weekend, so make sure to stay on the lookout for my streams for the NA FNCS Semifinals. I'm going to be watching both the upper bracket and the lower bracket, so we'll be watching Clix, Mongraal, and all your favorite pros, and we'll see how they do and who wins and who doesn't win. So we're going to be tracking semifinals all weekend if you guys want to stop by. And as always, thank you guys for the support on the videos recently, and also the support on the streams recently as well. But that's going to do it for me in this video, guys, talking about the NA Duo Cash Cup and Peterbot and Poyo once again dominating NA and potentially going to win back-to-back FNCSs, and then also going over the rest of the Cash Cup. That's going to do it for me in this video. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.